Hello everyone, welcome back to Yuka's Chantel channel. So today is Thursday and then I was taking day off from work because in my company, I think it was like 2 weeks ago or weeks ago, it was like a stat holiday, and then because I'm working on 4-on-3-off schedule, it's kind of like I can adjust my day off whenever, kind of like I can work on that day that I supposed to take to work. And then I was planning to go camping this weekend, so I thought I'm gonna take this Thursday off, and so I can go longer. And it's so hard in BC. I don't know anywhere other places in the world but here it's got so difficult to have a spot for camping since COVID, I guess. So that's still probably not that bad because it's the beginning of season, but that was a planning. But weather's not seems great, and I might go tomorrow, but today anyway I had time alone myself at home, and that's like the best time to shoot the video. So I was kind of like finish my last 2 videos about talking about my relationship, and like there's so much to talk about and always closing my mind, but I just wanted to like kind of like finish it up, and also wanted to talk so many other stuff. And I always find like a difficult, like I was thinking, I think I made a lot of video in the past, or to me at least, I think it was easier when I living myself. It's just like a lot of alone time. There's like a good and bad. So I'm living with my partner right now, and it's a lot of good things, but also hard to manage things, It's like, it's not like his fault or anything. It's just me, how I thinking or how I preparing or spend my time. It's really like challenging in the beginning, and even now it's like I have so much that I want to do together. And even when I'm alone, I'm like feel like a constantly like preparing things, or it's not, it's hard to say, but it's like when you're alone and you woke up, it's like you don't need to, sometimes you don't need decide anything. You don't need to like, even you can think like, oh, I'm gonna eat today, or what I'm gonna do today, but there's a lot of thoughts in my mind, but you don't need to like say it. And if you're with someone, it's just like it's good to know what other people is doing. Like I have like total like freedom, like I can do all day. He's like, do whatever you wanna do, like spend time for yourself. But in my mind, it's like I want to do it together. Then it's like also it's like weird, or I don't have the same feeling even when I'm shooting video myself, and like he's doing something else and downstairs. It's just like not the same. And so today I'm off, and then like he's at work, and I feel like, so in the morning I was just like thinking a lot of stuff in my mind of what I'm gonna talk about. Here I am, a long introduction. Anyway, so I don't know where to start. I was off work yesterday, so I've been talking about my health issue. I don't know, it's been challenging for, I think, this year. My mom said this year is my bad year. In Japanese we call yakudoshi. It's like once in like I don't know how many years, once in like 12 years or 16 years, I forgot what was it, we call yakudoshi. And then that year apparently like you have kind of like a bad luck for everything. I don't think it's that related. Well, it's actually, it started this year. I was like, do you remember I told like I might have like a flu or COVID, but I actually feel like it started like 1 or 2 weeks prior to that. Suddenly I had a feelings like can't really swallow well or just like can't drink things well, and I always feel like weird around here or stomach, and I was kind of panic. But my partner says like he has a lot of friend has like acid reflux kind of like symptom, and then we had like our drugstore tablet kind of things, but it wasn't really working for me. And I've never had that kind of situation. I'm like a person, I can eat anything from morning as much as I want and never feel sick. So I was so worried, and I called my doctor, and then she saw that acid reflux too, and then she gave me like a proper medicine, and I was taking it. But it seems like I didn't feel like it's doing anything. But anyway, and then I had a constipations and stuff, and then after that, like just feeling like very uncomfortable, awkward kind of things, right? It's like couldn't sleep well much, like just feel like something stuck in here. I feel like I'm throwing up every time I brush my teeth. It's just like throwing up, and so and then after 1 or 2 weeks, I had really sick because of flu, or I think it was COVID. But yeah, one of my coworker had like really sick, and I was working with him, and he had like 1 week off, and then after he comes back, and right away, like I was like so sick. I've never been sick that much, and like, you know, as I told you, but it lasted like close to 2 weeks, like really sick and in a bed. I couldn't even move, and so that time was like everywhere my body was hurting, even my brain was hurting, and it's so hot, like I had a fever. Anyways, like that's gone, and then like slowly recover for like it takes like a month to I start feeling like taste of food properly. Like coffee was the worst thing, but anyway, but since then it's like it's just the stuck feeling when I'm drinking water or liquid is especially bad, but especially water. I don't understand. I should supposed to be drinking more water, but sometimes it just all day I was just like feeling so annoyed or uncomfortable or not happy because of this, and my mood is really bad. Yeah, and then like my stomach messing up. It's just like, I'm sorry I'm talking about this, but like just like constipations, diarrhea, and it just like alternating, and it just like, and then my lower side of stomach having like a pain, and the annoying thing is not like super spiky or severe pain. It's just like really dull pain. Sometimes it's like when I'm working under my car or whatever, like I was like or sometimes sleeping, but it's not like painful enough that I had to go like rush to hospital. I was like just like between soreness, uncomfortableness, and pain. It's just like around there. Oops. Anyway, so that's continue, and that's why when I went to Japan, I had doctor did all the cameras and stuff, and I was hoping they find something, but they didn't find anything. And I came back and I was so sick still, and then it's just like I can go do my life like regular life, but I wasn't perfect, and I went to doctor here again. They did X-ray, they did blood test, they did like every test, like ultrasound test, and the last one was like they're like, oh, let's go to CT. But here in BC, it's just so hard. So we were both like stressed out because I don't know in your country, but in Japan, if you go to like one doctor and then you talk to your doctor, and he's kind of like listen like when it's start, how it's happened, and he actually like, you know, like kind of take a look. And then in the hospital pretty much can do everything. It's like, you know, like, and the nurse is like talking to you, and like it just explain about medicine, but also you can check like in that one hospital you can do everything. But here my hospital experience is very not great, or it's just a system and have to, you know, it's like pro and cons. But we had to go to like family doctor. I was lucky that I have a family doctor, but even making an appointment with my family doctor, sometimes like he's not available to see or talk like 2 weeks, and then finally make an appointment with doctor, and he just kind of like really quickly listen what's going on. But I feel like really lush, like compared to my experience in Japan. It's just like feel like really lush. And I had to tell everything, and then like he was like, okay, like we request this test, you have book this kind of place. I have to find some hospitals that he like, give me a list, and then like he gave me a list, and I just find a hospital, make appointment, which takes like 2-3 weeks, and then I go in, check, and have to wait the result. And then when I getting like that exam, can't really talk to doctor. Some doctor might, but so those like examiner, like I was explaining out, this is hard, like when I do this, or like this area and whatever. But like with my experience, like they're almost like, oh, don't tell me, like you gotta talk to your doctor again when the results came out. So I was like, okay. And I had to wait results come out, and once the results come out, I make another appointment. So it's just like everything, it takes like a few weeks, a month, and I can't book everything at once. Like he was like, okay, first try this one, and then second one. So by the time he requested CT, I was on a waiting list, and it was like 4 months. And I understand, like I'm not breathing, I'm not like really like dying, and there's many other people probably suffering, but it's just every day I'm just like draining my energy, and it's just like I hated not knowing what's going on. So yesterday, day before yesterday, I was like really uncomfortable when I'm working, and I was like, oh, I really want to do something, I can't wait. And then my coworker advised me like, you should go emergency. It's like, what I mean, like that's might not right, but if you go emergency and like you tell really like it's painful, they kind of go through all the check at that spot, like everything. And I was like, I'm not sure, like should I do it, because it's emergency. It's to me like really like emergency. But he advised me, and I was like, everywhere's like, yeah, you should try out. And I checked the online waiting time. Yesterday was like 4 hours. I was like, 4 hours, that's kind of, it's too much if I finish my work and go there. And so anyway, I was like, okay, maybe I will take like day off next day. No, that was the day before. Anyway, so yesterday I had a half day off. I asked my work, because I was planning to take a full day off. But then when I wake up in the morning and then check the waiting list, I was like 7 hours. I was like, 7 hours? I work 10 hours every day. 7 hours, that's like almost all the day I can't work. So I went to work, but around the noon I checked again, it was down to 2 hours. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go. So I went there. Luckily I had a CT, and then the result was nothing found it. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, I don't know, nothing found, that's great. But then what it is then, like, why I'm feeling so sick, like, yeah, I don't know. They advise me, because lower side of like my stomach, next is like gynecologist that you should like start talking to. But all the check they did was nothing found it. And yeah, so that was happened yesterday, and today I am here talking long story about my health condition. But yeah, today I just wanted to, because it's my start day, and relax. I don't think it's coming from stress though, but it's hard to say. Like stress is like, I feel like when I think about my life, and before I was way more stressing out from my work, way more like challenging I had compared to now. But people in stress so hard to tell that they're in a stress at that spot, right? I don't know. Anyway, what else? So I want to quickly talk about, it's kind of like the last part of my relationship. So I think it's not going to be quick, but after this video, I want to talk more detail about my work or show things. And I always like, as I say, it's hard to do on a YouTube, so I think I will start posting more on my Patreon channel, because I saw like, maybe there's an option for YouTube, like a membership and stuff, but I feel like it's really complicated. I don't know, like you had to pay stuff, or I don't like that. So on a Patreon, most of videos that you can watch for free, it's like the same thing as YouTube, but I want to post more on I was just linking YouTube on Patreon before, but I think I'm just gonna post on Patreon that people can see, but I kind of like know who's watching. I think I can. Yeah, so like if you don't want, you don't need to like donate money or anything, but just like I feel more comfortable in a small group, which is not really like concept of like social media and like spread like the stories or whatever. But yeah, for now I just feel, and on YouTube I hope more like it's not really deeply related to my personal stuff that I hope I can share. I bought a book from Japan about like learning Japanese, really basic learning Japanese for traveling, and I initially bought it for a friend of mine and neighbor. Did I tell about her? She wanted to study Japanese, and then in my neighborhood we have like a Facebook community. So someone posts like, hey, we're looking for like a Japanese teacher, and I was like, oh, like I'm not professional but I speak Japanese, and if anyone wants to learn, like I'm happy to help, kind of thing. And we started doing that, but it was so hard because it just the scheduling was so hard. We are not, even we live in like within 5 minutes, we're not able to find like time, and when we do, but yeah, it just like last minute cancels, or it wasn't really easy. And to me, it's, if you're learning language, you have to be consistent. It's not gonna work if we see each other like once in like a 2 weeks or once in a 3 weeks and just like chat an hour. It's not gonna work. And I was so busy with my stuff too, so it's getting like more, for me it's a little bit stressful. And I bought a book for her that like she can go through by herself, and if she has a question she can always ask me, message me. But because I went to Japan, I saw that's help. But since then, like we don't really talk. Since I came back, so I have with my book, and when I got it I was like, oh, this might be good for like introducing phrases in my channel, so I might gonna do that on my YouTube. Anyway, so I wanted to make more shorter video but more frequently. I don't know if I can do that because I talk so long, but frequently on my YouTube or the Patreon. So yeah, if you never come visit my Patreon page, please check it out and then send me a message. Anyway, it's so cold today. I just grabbed my jacket. Last two videos I talk about my partner, how I met, and he finally came to Canada and stuff. So there's so many things that I skipped about, but we're living together right now, and so here and there I find like just like so many new things about me and like myself through this relationship, changing and challenging. So yeah, but it's kind of like very crazy story. I'm not sure if I told you about this, that how we were end up living together. So it was winter. He was still in Australia and I was here in Vancouver, and that was right after like he visited me, but we weren't planning to like living together or anything. It just like, I think by the time he left we were like, okay, maybe like take slow. He already decided to moving to Vancouver, but like we can just like start dating, this kind of thing. And the place I used to live was really nice. It just like, it was incredible. It's cheap, really nice laneway house, and I had my own kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, and it's like really cozy, nice little place. So it's not really like I was thinking to move out from there, and it was good for me, but it was too tiny for two people living together, and I don't think my landlord wanted anyone couple living there or anything. So like we weren't planning to live together, but unfortunately she said one of our family members coming back from China and like I need to move out. And then I don't know that was like a true or not, but it's like, to me, if my landlord wanted me to move out, like I didn't even like try to argue or anything. I was like, okay. but it was really kind of last minute in December, and I was very busy in my work. It was like a crazy snow hit in Vancouver, and I didn't have a winter tire. I had an all-season tire. I think I talked about it, but was every day just like, even like for like week I couldn't drive to my work, and taking like regular transportations and snowing. It's like really cold, and I couldn't even get my work on time because all the transportation messed up, and work was so busy. So I was like overtime doing like 2 hours, 3 hours every day. I'm so tired. And the weekend I just use like train and bus to visit many houses to find one, and things are so expensive, and I was like really struggling. And my partner was planning to come, I think initially planning come like June or something, but he wanted to come earlier. He was kind of tried to find a place online, but it was also so hard because, you know, when I came here, I was like just like after graduating my university, and everything is like just trying, you know, adventure for me. So living in like with strangers and like 2-3 different people, sharing kitchen, sharing bathroom, it's like obviously it's not nice, but through that I learn a lot of things. And but when as I get older, I don't want it to like keep living the way like that. And so I was like my partner my age, and now that I have like proper job and I'm not student anymore, and I know some people has no choice, but like he was looking for a place that he can rent by himself, like apartment or something. But it's hard because most places ask like a credit card check and reference from your workplace or reference from your old landlord, but he'd never been here, so he couldn't find many places. And and then I was so struggling find a place, and I found this house I'm living right now, which is super close from my work. I used to live in this community, and I really wanted to come back, and it was like a 2-bedroom. So I asked like maybe we can rent together, and it was a good idea. And but to find this place, actually like there was like a lot of things happen, and I want to talk about it. It just like really crazy to me, like how we met was crazy enough. Like, you know, I believe in like law of attractions and energy kind of thing. I wasn't, but I started believing it like a couple years ago. And sometimes it's not easy, but sometimes try to follow the where the energy is moving, good energy is moving. And sometimes it's not easy. I'm not doing well, especially at work or related to my stomach issues. Like it's not, but sometimes it just like things happen that's not easy to explain, you know. Maybe this is nothing related to anyway. To when my partner visit from Australia, just to when we see each other the first time, he knew so much about me because he watched all the video that I was sharing on this channel and on YouTube, right? And then one of the things that he was really worried about is my relationship with my previous landlord. I live community called like Burkeville, and I lived there for 2 years, and my landlord and I had like really great relationship. It's like she was like almost like my mom figure. I mean, my mom, I have my mom, so it's like weird to say, but she really took care of me, and we become so close. Like she teach me so many like more like Western culture, cooking, helped me English. She got me start gardening, more like thinking about like what I'm eating, different kind of food. It's just like so much. Oh, need the what's like crochet, you know, knitting, crochet kind of thing too. And I really enjoy time with her, but it's kind of like a relationship went really bad during COVID because we had we had different opinion. I don't know when, just like so bad, but I guess that time she was so stressed out, and me moving out wasn't fun. It just like destroy whole relationship, and I'm not sure you can find it, but like many videos ago, like when I sharing about that, I was like crying. So he was really worried about, and when he was here, it's like if you know, he asked me like, it just, I was always thinking about her, like, because since we fight and then I left the house, we never spoke each other, and I was always like, because it was a really great relationship, I learned a lot from her. I was always thinking about her, and part of me, I really wanted to reach her out. Part of me, I was so scared. Every time I read like old text message that we were getting argument or just not good ending, every time I read that, it just like really hurt me and really made me sad, and I felt like I can't do anything about it. So he asked me, and then I say, it's like, honestly, I don't know. It's like, I'm so scared, but I always miss it. I will miss her. And Christmas was kind of special for me because she knew how I was always feel lonely for like birthday and Christmas and Canadian holiday, because most of the time I didn't have people around me to celebrate with. But the 2 years I was with her, like we did Thanksgiving, she celebrated my birthday, we did Christmas, and that she was originally from Germany, well, her parents was, so Christmas was more like really kind of special. And that's why it's just like around the Christmas season I was more remembering and more appreciating her. So I told my partner, I was like, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I kind of want to do something. It's like, do something for her. He said like, you know, if you're always thinking about it, just do it. Just, you know, not sure if it's gonna turn out good or bad, or maybe nothing happened, but that's what you want to do. Like, just do it, like follow your heart and think. And then I was like, yeah. And then he helped me to like think about the gift and to go to get it. So I got flowers, and I got the shampoo and conditioner and the letter. I know it's funny, but she sometimes dye her hair like kind of like brown color, and then she was like, oh, like her friends recommend purple shampoo and like to use it, maybe it lasts long, blah blah blah. And then my friend was just saying she used a purple shampoo and it's really good. So I was like, oh, because I remember this conversation, she must remember this conversation. And I got the kind of fancy one and the flower that she likes. And write the letter. Did I tell you about this? Write a letter, like, you know, I'm not writing this to make you uncomfortable or remind you what happened between us, but I think it was like, just I've never forget everything you taught me and how grateful I am, and I just hope that you have a good Christmas or something. Anyway, why I'm telling this is because this is related to the story me finding this place. So after I had to move out my old house, I was so struggle, and I found one place. Oh, before that, I wanted to come back this community. This is like a super small like community, and like the right beside the airport, and it's kind of so hard to find a place in this community because people are so close together, and then they have like secret community, Facebook community. So they usually like have to know someone living here to know that like, oh, someone looking for like person to rent their house or rooms and stuff. But once I move out, I couldn't ever come near here, around here, because if my landlord see me or hear about me, and then I was afraid that it makes her uncomfortable, because she was living this community for like almost entire her life. So I don't want it to make this place uncomfortable her by me living. So, but when I was really struggling, I messaged her, because after I sent a Christmas gift she actually messaged me, hey, like, thank you so much, like, it's really make me happy, blah blah blah, how's going, kind of thing. So it was like that time I didn't know I have to move out the house. I didn't know anything, it's like I just truly like hoping her best and wanted to appreciate her. Then few months after, I found that I have to move out my previous house, and then when I thought about where I want to be, the new house, I really miss this place, this community. So close to work. I did a lot of walking in the back. People has little gardens and flowers and close to nice walk, and then like everything I was so missing. So I messaged her, I was like, hey, I'm looking for a place right now, and I really want to come back to the community, but only if that you feel okay, then is it okay to post my information on the page, and like not looking for like space. And then she said like, of course, like let me know if anything I can help you, blah, blah. Just getting her permission and making sure she's okay was really like, that was all I needed. And since then I started like looking for in this community and post my informations, and I finally found a house, which turned out like nightmare. So I found a Japanese guy, actually. He had a huge house and he was looking for someone to rent out, and then we talked, and he was like really nice to me. He was like, he was give me incredible cheap rent, and you and your partner can live, and I don't really care about rent. I just need a tiny bit so that can pay for mortgage, but I'm not trying to make money or anything. And he offered so much in good condition, and he was like, sounds really nice person. So I was like, yeah, sure. And then that place, his mom was living, and he was living upstairs, and his mom was living downstairs, but his mom passed away, and he could never really like clean the house, and like so many things that his mom owned, and then he has to do a big cleanup. So like he was saying he's gonna hire a professional to clean all things away, but also like I offer, like, because rents are so cheap, and then like I don't mind to help, like I can help anytime, and obviously it's gonna be like me renting the place. So but after his mom passed away, his younger brother was living in a downstairs space, and it was kind of awkward. So his younger brother was living. His younger brother has an apartment in another place, but because his place was so close to his work, he just basically just like living there. And he said that he want his younger brother to move out because obviously he's not paying rent and then not giving a shit about cleaning anything. So it just like I will talk to him and then tell him to move out. Anyway, so when I went to see the house, like I couldn't really see much. I mean, he showed me, but it's just because his younger brother was there, and like I couldn't really detailed inspection. But because while we talk and personality, and I was like decided, and then maybe that's my mistake. Anyway, I was asking, hey, like when I can move in, and until last minutes, like literally end of the December, I couldn't move in. So it was like, I think it was December 31st or January 1st that I could move in, because I was willing to help clean up, but his brother was literally there until the last day. It was really hard because if I have a work too, right? If I living somewhere else, and then every day a few hours I can go there and clean up, then easy. But all my stuffs are already, I have to move out with me, and then new place, and all my stuffs are new house. But then all the house is like being literally nothing has been cleaned. It's like his brothers like never cleaned the house. Everything in the freezer, fridge, refrigerator, everything, all the pantry, everything was full. I assume it's from many years ago. Like his brother is not the kind of person use a kitchen, so it's like probably it was his mom's. Who knows how long away she passed out all her clothes, all the dishes. It's just like house was full of stuff, and he was start cleaning, but I've never seen so many garbage bag, and then like his friend helped like huge truck and loaded everything. It's no recycles or anything. He just put everything in a garbage bag and dumped it, and went to dump. But to me, I think there's like the amount of stuff that he had was probably like need like 2 or 3 times of the dumping car. Anyway, it was crazy. Like the first day I was cleaning all day, but I've never seen such a dirty house ever. And I start worrying, it's like, and then I start feeling how this gonna work, because I'm working 10 hours, and I couldn't have my life. It's just I couldn't even take a shower. It's just like everything was so dirty. Like, how could his brother live here? It's like, it's not the environment the human can live here. It just like it's so worse. And then I was immediately like, I talked to my partner, and then like he was like, no, this is not good, like just let's find somewhere else. And like I talked to my friend, and she was like, just come to my place, stay. Like that place is not capable human live. It's just like so dirty, and I don't know, like I slept like 2 nights there, but literally I was so scared. Everything, the energies there, everything was so scared me, and I was crying. And then my partner was freaking out because he cannot do anything, you know. He was in Australia, and he felt so bad. But but it was hard because it's in January 1st and January 2nd, like everybody having like a vacation and good time with your family, and finding new home was challenging. And I was staying in my friend's house. All my stuff was that dirty house, but I was just sleeping in my friend's house, which I really appreciate. She's like my best friend and always take care of me. I was trying to find other place and texting everyone. I told my landlord this is not gonna work, and then he was like, okay, I can give you deposit back. But he was like, wasn't really nice. He was like, I'm losing money because your stuff is here and stuff. Oh, and after a few days I went inside house, because I was staying in my friend's house, right? And all the carpet was chewed up, and some of my bags were like chewed up, and it was mice or rat. And a few plants, house plants that my friend gave me while ago, I was taking care of, they're like chewed up. All my plants are chewed up inside the house. And I got so scared, like this house has a huge, like so many rats in there and mice, and destroying all my stuff, and it's not normal. And he just told me, oh, maybe you shouldn't leave your food out there. But like I was literally moving, and all the pantry and fridge is so dirty from all the stuff. So like, and I didn't really have like much food, just all like seasoning or some oil that I brought from my old house, and it was in a container, it was sealed and in a bag. So it's just definitely the house problem. But he didn't really think it's disgusting. So to me, it was like, I never seen such a disgusting house. But he saw like, oh, he didn't react that much, like the way that I was like freaking out. So with all of that, I saw like, no, there's no future living here, because if he doesn't think it's dirty and I think it's dirty, like how can we like live together, even like a different floor, right? So I was really trying to find another place. I was encounter my old landlord, and she was like, oh, how's your new place? And I talk about what happening, and she was like, oh my god, and then this is crazy but to me, but she let me live in her house. She was like, it's not forever, but like, for a few weeks or months or 2, like until your boyfriend get here, or until you find new place, like there's a bedroom available, and if you want, you can live here. And like, she only charged me like $200, and that was like really saved me. So I don't need to like scared about mice and stuff, or I move all my stuff in her place and then just every day try to find a house, and finally got this place, which I really want to show you. Over a year, new landlords being so amazing, and it's like a little tiny laneway house, and then I have a space for gardening. Even when I had like a contract with this landlord, because they needed the reference, I got reference from my previous landlord because they knew each other. And then she was like, oh, I heard you love gardening, and then I want you to enjoy living here and use a space, and we can share things and stuff. So it's been really, really amazing for 1 year. It's a tiny house, but outside looks cute, and her house, main house, looks like so beautiful. And yeah, over the year, it was like a half furnished, so like we kind of slowly finding furniture through the marketplace. It's always a place to go. And yeah, living really like comfortably, collecting whatever makes me happy. But yeah, that's how everything is kind of new part of my life started, and all challenges and things or other things I will talk about in the next video. But I just feel like when I wanted something, and like messaging my landlord or giving her a gift, and sometimes people scare, is the right thing to do or not. But if I'm constantly thinking about it, and then when I'm thinking about it, beside all the negative things happen, when I'm thinking about if it's all like makes me happy and grateful and then good energy is coming, I think chances are that lead to good things. It's kind of weird things to say in the end, but yeah. Thank you for watching, and hope you have a wonderful weekend.